This is where
We're done.
Australia
We're
is
done.
digging in Memphis for some more artifacts for the United I'm taking this one inside.
So, I'll draw you a map on where are we and why this area in particular was used as the capital and how come we moved south. Here is the Mediterranean Sea, Mediterranean coast, and here is the delta of the river that goes down. Here is the Red Sea, and here is our shoe. And this is Egypt. Here is Libya, and you know who's there? Lord? Yep. And it goes up like this. Here is Sudan, and further down is Lake Victoria. The river comes from Lake Victoria, pours into the Mediterranean Sea, meaning it's the one and only Nile that comes from south to north, because here is high ground, so it pours into the Mediterranean Sea. Meaning, this part of Egypt is up ground, so we call it Upper Egypt. Down here is Lower Egypt. In the year 3200 BC, Egypt was divided into 42 provinces or nomes or districts. 22 in Upper Egypt, 20 in Lower Egypt. That is in the year 3200 BC. When a king, whose name was Narmer, decided to divide here and unite Upper and Lower Egypt under his sovereignty. His name was Narmer or Ninus. We are not sure, either or. Narmer is Ninus. You in a book, it was Ninus, the same as Narmer. It's the same. So, Narmer decided to live here and make it as his own capital. To emphasize that he united Upper and Lower Egypt, he used to wear double crown. The crown of Upper Egypt looked like an egg, called the white crown. The crown for Lower Egypt looked like the English capital letter L. So, L for lower, and white crown looks like an egg. The egg is white, easy to remember. So when Narmer resided here, he wore the double crown, putting a white one here. So when you see a crown, plural for sphinx is, we have 35 of those. This is not the famous one. The famous one we'll see this afternoon by Giza. This one is beautiful because it has been sculpted out of one rock of alabaster. So where are you planning to stand? You standing here? Okay, okay. So, this is, this sphinx is made out of alabaster. Alabaster is always coated in Luxor. Now, this is one thing we should understand. The more south we go, the harder the stone gets. So in Cairo, we have limestone. In Luxor, we have alabaster. We go south to Aswan, we have granite and dolerite. Dolerite is harder than granite. We go south more, we have diamond in South Africa. So you see, the more we go to the south, the harder the stone gets. So whenever we have limestone, take it for granted, taken from Cairo. We move to Luxor, when you see alabaster, it's where they pour it from. So standing here, finding a sphinx made out of alabaster, you'd wonder, how come it's here? Simply because the pharaoh
La statua che si presenta è il mimo faraone.
in hieroglyphic.
This is like Giza Hill on the way to
Most of our meat that we use in Egypt would be beef or veal. Very few ham, because we are an Islamic country. So whenever there is a ham or pork being served, there is a note saying that this is pork. we will never be fed camel meat or crocodile meat. Never. So when you're eating something that's delicious, don't fantasize that it might be a crocodile or anything. No, we don't serve this in Egypt. And here is the step pyramid, 1 o'clock. Excuse me for a minute, I'll get the ticket.
Some of the people that get pictures too.
It wasn't meant to be 6 mastabas. Mastaba is a bench. It was never meant to be 6 benches like this. What happened was that Zoser brought Imhotep, sat him like this, and he said, okay, I need as a superstructure 1 mastaba over the level of the ground. While my body would be in a substructure under the level of the ground, I'll be buried. Then as a superstructure, I will have 1 bench, or make it 2 benches, 2 mastabas. So Imhotep said, aye, sir, he came around here, and he dug a shaft where the body was put, or should be put. Then he built 2 mastabas over the level of the ground, covered them with a smooth outer casing of a fine quality of limestone, and that was it. Zoser was still alive, so Zoser said, maybe, yeah, I would take something higher. Add 4 more steps. So Imhotep came back and added 4 more mastabas. So ended up to be 6 in number. This addition is so clear. In there anyway, not even Egyptologists, they're not allowed in because the masonry is falling apart. Monsieur Louer, the French Egyptologist, is concerned about the outer casing. He wants to put back the fine quality of limestone as an outer casing. Then he decided, that's not very smart, because if the inside, the core is falling, and I put the outer casing, that won't work. So I might as well stop putting the outer casing, reinforce the core, then put the outer casing. So this is the step or the procedure nowadays. Monsieur Louer is inserting wet wooden logs in the masonry of the pyramid to reinforce it, to solidate it as much as possible, and he injects the slabs with resin. What we call fasciculated papyriform of a column. What's that?
Silk, 100 knots, each square centimeter. In inch, 500 knots in square inch. This is the first loom, 64 knots. In inch, 400 in inch. But this one's 100 knots in square centimeter. In inch, 500 knots in square inch. Every loom is special design. It's a design that presents tree of life. The master made the pattern in kids follow same color, same design. The master made the pattern in kids follow same color, same design. For 1 meter square, 3 feet by 3 feet, take time 3 months finished 1 meter square. And the kids every day work 5 hours, 2 hour work, 1 hour rest for 2 hour work by day. And when she finished the carpet, the master, he cut it by scissors. After cut, we can see the color in the design. Now we can see this is the master, now we cut it by